Dylan Wong's long-awaited concert wasn't just a return to music, it was a moment in history. A night that shattered expectations, brought tears to thousands, and reminded us all why he's not just a star, but a phenomenon. Before we go on, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you don't want to miss moments like this. Trust me. It's been over 3 years since Dylan Wong stepped away from the spotlight, years filled with speculation, quiet Instagram posts, and the occasional candid shot that kept fans holding on. But nothing could have prepared us for what unfolded last night. From the second he stepped onto that stage, it was clear, this wasn't just a comeback. It was a rebirth. The stadium was packed, tens of thousands of fans, hearts pounding, phones raised, all waiting for the first note. And then, the lights dimmed. A single spotlight. And there he was. Dylan. Dressed in black, eyes fierce, but with a softness that came from somewhere deeper. The crowd exploded. And then, silence, because when Dylan lifted the mic and sang that first line, everyone knew, the king was home. But this story isn't just about his voice or his stage presence. It's about something more, something none of us saw coming. Midway through the show, after belting out hits from his earlier albums and teasing 2 brand new tracks, Dylan paused. He looked out over the crowd, then down at the stage floor, clearly holding something back. A smile played on his lips, the kind that says, "I've got a secret." And then, the screen behind him lit up with a video montage, baby shoes, a tiny hand wrapped around his finger, blurry first steps. Gasps echoed through the arena. Some screamed. Some cried. And then, she appeared. His daughter. 3 years old. A bundle of energy in sparkly sneakers and a tiny denim jacket that looked custom-made. She ran out on stage, not a trace of fear in her wide, excited eyes. Dylan bent down, scooped her up, and whispered something in her ear. The music swelled, and together, they began to sway. You could hear the collective of from the crowd. This wasn't just a performance anymore. This was family. Vulnerability. Legacy. But the night didn't stop there. Just when we thought our hearts couldn't take any more, a familiar figure stepped onto the stage. And the arena lost it. Shen Yue. Yes, Shen Yue. Dylan's former co-star, longtime rumored muse, and someone we haven't seen beside him in what feels like a lifetime. Her entrance was simple, elegant. She didn't say a word, just walked up beside him, gave his daughter a playful wink, and picked up a mic. What followed was nothing short of magic. They performed a duet, one they co-wrote, we later found out. A delicate, emotional ballad that blended their voices so perfectly, you'd think time hadn't passed at all. The lyrics. Laced with memories, silent promises, and that quiet kind of love that never quite disappears. As they sang, Dylan's daughter danced. Around them, spinning in circles, her laughter blending with the music. You didn't have to be a fan to feel it. You just had to be human. Social media exploded. Within minutes, #Dylan returns, #Shen Yue on stage, and #Little Angel Wang were trending worldwide. Fans posted clips from the performance, slow-motion videos of Shen Yue wiping a tear from her cheek, and of Dylan kneeling at the edge of the stage to let his daughter wave at the crowd. But let's rewind for a second. Because this moment, this perfect, emotional, once-in-a-lifetime moment, didn't come out of nowhere. It was years in the making. After the runaway success of Meteor Garden, fans were obsessed with the chemistry between Dylan and Shen Yue. On screen, off screen, it didn't matter. The way they looked at each other, the way they laughed during interviews, the inside jokes, it was real. Or at least, it felt real. But as the years went on, they drifted apart. Different projects, different paths, and eventually, different countries. Rumors of a falling out swirled. Then came Dylan's sudden hiatus. He disappeared from public life, with only the occasional surfacing, a shot at a cafe, a blurry airport pic. And then, the surprise baby announcement. Quiet. No press releases. Just a photo, posted on a random Tuesday, with the caption, "She's my whole world now." People speculated. Who was the mother? Was Shen Yue involved? The internet had theories, but no answers. Until now. Watching them on stage, it was clear, this wasn't just a reunion for the fans. It was a healing. A coming home. Whether they were ever romantically involved doesn't even matter anymore. What matters is the bond. The respect. The history. As the final notes of their duet faded out, the crowd was on their feet, screaming, crying, filming, and living every second. Dylan turned to Shen Yue, took her hand, and raised it. No words. Just a gesture. One that said, "Thank you for being here." And his daughter? She took the mic, tiny fingers gripping it with confidence way beyond her years. She didn't sing, not really. She just shouted one word, with a smile that could melt the sun. Ah! The crowd roared. And in that moment, you could see Dylan's eyes well up. A father. An artist. A man reborn. The concert closed with one final song, one Dylan wrote during his hiatus. It was soft. Gentle. A lullaby of sorts. As he sang it, Shen Yue sat beside his daughter, arms wrapped around her, swaying to the rhythm. It was like watching a dream unfold. As the lights dimmed and the credits rolled on the screen behind them, one message lingered. Sometimes, you have to disappear, to come back home. Asterisk. And maybe that's exactly what Dylan did. He disappeared, not out of fear or shame, but to grow. To become the man, the father, the artist who could deliver this moment. We'll be talking about this concert for years. Not just because of the music, but because of what it represented. Growth. Forgiveness. Family. Some said she reminded them of Dylan when he first started, fearless, electric, impossible to ignore. It's poetic, really. The next generation standing on stage with the one who came before. A circle completed. So, if you were lucky enough to be there, hold on to that memory. And if you're just watching it unfold from afar, know this, it was real. Every second of it. Before we go, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon, because moments like this, they don't come around often. And when they do, you want to be the first to feel it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for believing. And to Dylan, Shen Yue, and that beautiful little girl, thank you for reminding us that love, in all its forms, is the most powerful story of all.